Namaste everybody. Welcome to Sanskarika. Guys, Sanskarika is a small effort from my end to pass on the information about Indian Hindu culture to all around the world. There are a lot of books available like Vedas, Puranas and other small books. However, due to our busy schedules in day-to-day lives, it is difficult to sit back and read all those books. Hence, this is an effort from my end to pass on this information through small videos. I hope you enjoy these videos, and if you enjoy, please don't forget to like and subscribe the channel for further updates. So let's start. So I am going to talk about puja vidhis, cultural beliefs, rituals followed, and some common terminologies used by Hindu Maharashtrians. So let's move on to our today's topic, which is Hindu calendar. So some of you might be knowing and few of you might not be knowing that Hindu calendar is based on the moon's movement in the sky, meaning how the moon appears in the sky from the earth in the night. And unlike English calendar, even Hindu calendar has 12 months, namely Chaitra, Vaishak, Jeshtha, Ashad, Shravan, Bhadrapad, Ashwin, Kartik, Margashirsha, Paush, Magh and Falgun. Now every month is further divided into two parts. First fortnight is called Shukla Paksha or Shuddha Paksha, and second fortnight is called Krishna Paksha or Vadya Paksha. Now, every day of a month has a specific name, and let me tell you, all these names have come from Sanskrit language. So let's see what are the names. Starting with first day, that is Pratipada, then Dvitiya, Tritiya, Chaturthi, Panchami, Shashti, Saptami, Ashtami, Navami, Dashami, Ekadashi, Dwadashi, Trayodashi, Chaturdashi, and last day of first fortnight, which is full moon's day, is called Purnima, and last day of second fortnight, which is no moon's day, is called Amavasya. So, during Shukla Paksha, the size of moon increases from no moon's day till it reaches to full moon's day, and during Krishna Paksha, size of moon decreases from full moon's day till it reaches to no moon's day. Now let's see what are the important days of every month. So every month, both the Chaturthis, that is Chaturthi in Shukla Paksha and Chaturthi in Krishna Paksha, are important. And first Chaturthi, that is Shuddha Paksha's Chaturthi, is called Vinayaki Chaturthi, and second Chaturthi, which comes in Krishna Paksha, is called Sankashti Chaturthi. Apart from these Chaturthis, next important day is told Ekadashi, then Purnima, and then Amavasya. So these are the four important days of every month. Now, generally, Chaturthis and Ekadashis are important because Hindus are advised to keep fasts on those days. Okay, and generally, all the fasts that we keep are supposed to be broken on the next day post sunrises. Now, if you calculate, just see, if 2 Chaturthis and 2 Ekadashis we are supposed to be fasting, that means that there is a difference of about 7 to 8 days between every fast. And if you see scientifically, if we want to detox our body and we need to be healthy, it is advised that we should be fasting at least once a week. And see how these ancient scholars have designed this system. Isn't it interesting? Yes. But guys, as I told that every fast is supposed to be broken on the next day, only the Sankashti Chaturthi fast is supposed to be broken on the same day when moon rises. Now there is small interesting story about this fasting. Let me tell you why this fast is broken on the same day. Okay, so let's see what is the story behind it. So, once what happened, Lord Ganesha was traveling on his vehicle, which is mouse, who is very tiny, and looking at Lord Ganesha's body, who is like a little bigger stomach and a long trunk. What happened? Lord Ganesha suddenly tripped from the mouse. He lost his balance, and this incident was noticed by Moon in the sky. And Moon started laughing at Lord Ganesha. So, getting angry, Lord Ganesha cursed the moon. He said that you will not have any importance in this human world and people will not worship you henceforth. After some time, Moon realized his mistake and he apologized to Lord Ganesha. So, Lord Ganesha, being a very kind to everybody, he told Moon that now that I have cursed you, I can't take my words back. But on Sankashti Chaturthi, when people will fast in devotion to me, they will have to break their fast after they see you in the sky. And this way, Moon got his importance back. Isn't it interesting, guys? Next important day is Purnima, which is a full moon day, which comes as a last day of first fortnight. On full moon day, obviously, like the name suggests, the entire moon is visible from the earth. How many of you are aware that moon rays has effect on good mood increasing hormones in human body? I'm sure few of you must have got this information just now. But yes, hence there is a scientific reason why Purnima is considered to be an auspicious day. This day is again devoted to Lord Vishnu and it is suggested that you should perform Satyanarayan Puja on any of the Purnima days in a year. So on Purnima, it is considered auspicious to start any new business or start any other travel or any other new plans that you want to start. Now, if you see, as I told, that it enhances good hormones in our body. So, in case if lot of people come together for get-togethers like puja and other rituals, it will create lot of positive energy in a one bunch. Also, chanting of mantras is considered to have a positive sound waves, which again enhances the entire positive energy in your surrounding. So guys, this is all about Purnima. Now let's see what happens on Amavasya. As you all know, Amavasya is a no moon's day. So there is no natural light available in the night. You can't see the moon. Hence, Amavasya is considered inauspicious for doing any new things on that particular day. In fact, on day of Amavasya, it is suggested that you should be at home once the sun sets, because there is no moonlight or no natural light available outside. Hence, older people say that there are some devil spirits, especially near the trees and all, so you should be at home. However, Amavasya also has its own importance. They say that on the day of Amavasya, you should remember your ancestors who are not staying with you anymore or who have already started their heavenly journey leaving their material body. So guys, have you noticed that all the cultures and rituals that we have seen right now in today's video, everything has a scientific reason behind it. My personal view is all these ancient scholars who have designed these systems, they knew the science behind all these rituals. However, over the period of time, it became difficult to let layman know what is the science behind these things. Hence, they combined these scientific things with a divine power. And hence, if you see, Chaturthi is devoted to Lord Ganesha, Ekadashi is devoted to Lord Vishnu. All the other rituals, some or the other way, have been combined with the supernatural powers. And that's how they have been told to follow all the rituals. So guys, I hope you have enjoyed today's video and there is some information that has passed on to you. I'll be back with the next video in a short while. Till then, take care.